Pass him up! Great! On his touch, oh, brilliant! Get out with him!
That's a good question. I think we've got a good link in there with the under-18s now, you know, so there'll be a few of them lads that are getting some minutes with the likes of Liam Clough and Gary Farley, which we're linking quite well because they're training at the same time as us. We've brought a few of their lads into our training session. So there's obviously going to be like, we're carrying about 18, 19 at the moment, so you're going to have 5 or 6 lads who are going to be playing anyway. And I honestly, the reserve team last year was great for us because we had lads who were injured or coming back from fitness or whatever, that you could utilise that. But the level of competition at the Wayside League was, you know, it wasn't great to the when you want them to come from that level into Evo First Division. The gap was too big in my opinion. But the Dewsons Cup, the League Cup, and the Durham County Cup, there'll be opportunities for some of the younger lads to come in, and also the fringe players who haven't been getting minutes in the first team.
Arguably, you could say we should have a stronger side in the county cup. Does that mean that we maybe might make a better effort than we have in the last couple of years? I appreciate that the needs are a priority, but from a fan's perspective, it's always nice to have silverware.
So you get too heavy.
I totally get what you're saying, but I know if you'd have won the Durham Cup this year and not been promoted, I know where that would have been. You know, and the problem, yeah, I mean, we all want the same goal. I would have loved to walk down at the Durham County Cup and won the final, you know, but for me, the edge of the Durham Cup has been taken off because they don't play at Sunderland or they don't play at Hartlepool, you know, where before you look at every other county cup, they're all playing at the Riverside or Bolton Wanderers or whatever. The Durham County Cup played at Appleton, you know, no disrespect, a nice field, but what's the incentive there to win that? Yeah, you know.
The things that Darlington turned out in the county cup, and it was a job.
Yeah,
they weren't interested in it, they wanted promotion.
Yeah, and we did last year, that was our aim at the start of last season, so, you know, I'm happy with the way it went. You know, I'm gutted that we went out, but it goes to show these young lads that to play at a level that we're playing at, you've got to be good footballers. It was shown last night for Hartlepool. A lot of footballers there are on full-time contracts. You know, it could have been 7 or 8 in the end, but I think our aspirations are to get promoted. You know, but I'm not under any illusions that a lot of clubs in this league are strengthening as well, you know, and strengthen real qualities. It's going to be a tough league, and you know, we've got to understand that. Long gone are the days where you win every game like we win in the normal league all the time. You've got to, you know, we've got to make sure that we're well prepared, which we have been, and we continue with the success that this club's been over the last few years.
Any further signings on the horizon?
It's a good question again. I'm learning. Well, yeah, I'm learning now that I need to bring in, I think, what are better than what we've got already. You know, if somebody catches our eyes and we really think that they're going to add value to what we've got, then yes, there is a position where we are looking, but it's got to be the right person to come in. You know, we've been close to bringing somebody in on a couple of occasions, but they've got a conference club, so it just shows you the quality and calibre of where we're looking at, you know, to go. And that was because he was living in Cheshire at the time, but we nearly brought him in, but it fell down the last hurdle. But, you know, that's the type of person I was trying to look at bringing in.
Jason, are you going to think about bringing any more backroom stuff in?
No, you know, I think we've got a real
I know we've got a bigger better thing. There's more, to me, a lot of it never spoke about the backroom stuff, which I think they get missed out sometimes.
They don't get missed out by a minute.
Not missed out, no, but like the supporters type of thing. Forget about the big family behind it.
Yeah, I think that's also with, you know, a lot of people in here have been here for a long, long time, you know, and I know a lot of faces in here. You know, we evolved. I think what we have done this year with the beauty of Tommy, his dad's a chief scout of Hartlepool, so he's got contacts. We've got a lad at Halifax who's now working for us a little bit, doing scouting reports, going watching games, you know, so I think we have to broaden our horizons that way. So on the backroom staff, internally no, but we are certainly using certain people.
Backroom stuff's more.
Oh, without a doubt, we've got a lot of people doing a lot of work for us outside of the area and who are watching games today, for instance, you know, so they'll be watching Warrington today and they'll be watching various other games that we're asking. So that's the beauty of bringing Tommy in with his, and Whitey with the connections that they've got in the levels that they've been at, is we can look at players and teams further afield. But I'm happy with OT Bars and the two guys here. You know, this is us as a team, really.
You can't get anybody better than OT.
Depends, he's not here today, he's left us down today, he's soon shot off, Joe, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, we could have been treating some lads in here while we were talking.
Yeah,
So excuse me, somebody brought it up about the county cup a bit earlier. Why is going to manage for you know Horton? There's a senior official came to me, because I was acting as assistant secretary then, and he came to me and he says, do you have to play in the county cup? Do you have to play now? Because in them days, I'm talking about going back a few years, the rule was you had to enter the county cup. If you didn't enter them, you had to pay a donation into the cafe.
Yeah, I think that is still the case, because Sunderland don't enter it, I don't think now.
Well, you used to have to pay a donation.
Yeah, I think they still do.
Into the counties.
Yeah, that's
But
correct.
you didn't need that to play.
It's about £500 exemption fee.
What?
£500 exemption fee.
Yes, well, this is it. My time I'm talking about was £300, Stuart. Sorry. And this official chairman says, we won it that year, 1972. And he chairman says, it's cost us £1,200, never mind £200 to win it. Yeah. So he says, why enter it?
I think you've got to enter the cup. I wouldn't withdraw for the cup. I think it's a good opportunity for lads to not get changed.
As you might know, the manager like Carl Jeff Reid, he says it's incentive for the players when they're different type of gear and not like, but that's the way we got on it online.
Yeah.
This the official, that's where we have to go with the officials as well, with the club. So it's cost us £1,200 to win it. So he says, why pay £1,200 or something?
Yeah.
Any more questions for Jason, Tommy or Alan? You know, come on, Connie.
You're going to think it's stupid. I'll try to word it as nicely as I can. Now that we're getting supposedly better quality players, I don't mean to just take it as best it comes off my head, better quality players with more experience, because we're hoping to do better in the football we're doing. Are we sticking with the same team captain, or are we going to have a different team captain, or how are we working that?
We need to have a look at it in pre-season, Connie. You know, Mason's done a great job as a captain. I don't see, you know, the need to change, but we've got some good experienced players coming in who have been captains at previous clubs. You know, so as a management team, we need to look at the whole pre-season, see where we are on the 6th of August, and then decide as we go along. But it's something that we're assessing as the games go on. You know, looking at who the leaders are, because we've seen them outside of Spennymoor at Gateshead or wherever they've been at, but actually seeing them in the dressing room in pre-season training around the ground. We haven't made a decision yet. That's the answer, really, and that's a truthful answer.
Thank you.
Jason,
Yes, we're going.
what targets has Brad set you this season?
Yes, great, Penguin. The same targets I set 2 years ago, really. It was 3 promotions in 5 years, you know, which you were all there when he said it at the function, and that probably hasn't changed. You know, we've done 2 in 3. We've probably got 2 years to get promoted, as I see it, but you know what the chairman's like as well as I do.
What about the cup competitions?
Yeah, he wants a good run in the trophy, you know, wants a good run in the FA Cup, probably semi-final, something like that. But I keep arguing the case, you know, cup competitions are all about the draws, you know, but he doesn't understand that. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
The other side of the North Premier Division last year, they've got the second round of the FA Cup, they've got the quarter-final of the FA Trophy, Stourbridge. They were probably, I mean, I don't know what Alan White thinks, he was in Darling last year, they were probably one of the better sides in that league last year, and they ended up missing out in the playoffs. And if they'd got in, right, obviously I know, Salford would have, didn't they? But I mean, they had the potential to win the playoffs, so these cup runs could be quite
costly, really, I know.
costly.
They can, it's a fine balance. You've got to I think you've got to keep reassessing it all the way through the season. You know, you see where you are in the league, you see what your fixtures are. If you've got a lot of games coming up, you're not going to play a strong team in that cup competition because you've got 2 or 3 important league games coming up. It's constantly reassessing it, changing your priorities depending on how you're doing, your results and that sort of thing. But everyone wants a good cup run, everyone wants to do well in the league, but the league's got to be the priority.
Yeah.
Got to be.
Especially with 46 games as well.
Yeah, got to be.
Well, you can alleviate that problem with just you 2 get some boots.
With 11.
I'm a bit upset, Joe, there's 3 of us up here.
I know. You're harder than your father.
No, but it's a good, again, Penguin, good question, you know, I mean, you know, who would not want to see the television cameras down here, you know what I mean, against a football league club that we've had it in the past a long time ago. You know, the club deserves to be, you know, showcased on the television, but it's, cup runs a cup run, you know, I think it's all about look at the draw here, but there won't be many teams who'll come here and fancy playing us at home. So we want to do well in all competitions, but the goal is promotion, really.
From the 3 games we've played, the supporters have been away to watch them. Very impressed.
Yeah,
Very
Really? Well, to be honest, I wasn't, if I'm honest, against Mask, and I wasn't against the 2 first halves. I think we've had 2 good 30.
Second half.
Yeah.
The second half, when you change your different
Last night was excellent. Last night was good.
But against Satan, you had 3 lads come off, you remember that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, you're right. I think
The result flat that, I think.
yeah, the first game was always going to be, you know, it was red hot and things. I think you've got to keep progressing. I think if you've seen, and the people who've been there in the full 3 games, I think there is a progression over like last night.
Last night was probably our toughest test.
Yeah,
It was the best league all the way through.
yeah, it was really good. And we got a lot of applaudis from Hartlepool United. You know.
I think it was Satan's very good.
Well, that's a good, you know, game. First good question.
There's no Route 1 football now, it's all like what they used to be down there, on the bottom, sitting at about 5
We've always played football on the bottom.
We want 1 more.
One ball in the back of the net.
I thought it was a good mix. Good mix last night. We played some great stuff for the majority of it, but when we really hurt them, and one of the goals, diagonals.
Brilliant goal, yeah.
You've got to mix it up. But we've got the players.
The only
We've
thing
got the
is,
players to play.
and we said it after the game, you know, you've got to, no matter what level, you've still got to take your chances, and we still not taking enough chances of what we create.
Yeah, we're early in the season.
We are creating a lot.
I mean, I don't think they had a shot, did they?
No, I mean, they were very, very complimentary, you know.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
You know, we all grafted for each other, and that's what you like to say, like.
Fit lads,
Yeah.
fit boys, well, fit crew, haven't we?
I think they enjoy being here as well. Yeah, they enjoy it. I think that they've got a real buzz about it, and you'll probably hear them when they come in later on. The new lads, that they've got a real buzz about the club, and really excited.
Best I've seen for a while.
And there was a few missing last night as well.
Yeah.
There was a few missing last night as well. So
But I think that goes back to what Jay was saying about that we're bringing good players in, but we're not bringing just any good players in. We're bringing players in who are going to invest. They're investing in what we want, but like the team ethic, the way to work for each other as a team. It's not just about right, he's a good player, we'll sign him. You know, it's are they going to fit in with what we want? And I think last night, anyone at the game last night, defensively, the team as a team worked so hard to get behind the ball, to close down, to snuff it out. I mean, like I said, they didn't get shot, which takes a lot of hard work, but not just by individuals. And that's the forwards, the midfield, everyone. Got to keep them doing it.
Anybody got any more questions? Obviously for Jason himself. Obviously, I know. Well, Chris.
What's it like on the injury front at the moment, Jay? I know like Shane and a few players are injured at the moment.
Yeah, Shane's he tweaked his ankle, so he'll hopefully be ready for Tuesday. Joe came back a little. He's got a niggling hamstring injury, so we didn't really want to risk that. He'll probably be away. Well, a couple of weeks. He'll probably play next week at Ossett, but there's no point in risking him on Tuesday night, you know. So we'll probably give a couple of trialist games on Tuesday night. Sorry, we'll give a couple of lads games on Tuesday night, but we need to make sure that everybody's getting plenty of minutes in the season, in the pre-season.
Is there any news on the players who played the first 2 games?
Well, Andre Bennett, who's been on trial with us a little bit, he's been injured, so this is really on him. And there's a Greek lad who's coming over. There's a Greek lad who played against Mask, who did really well. Did really well. Yeah, he was a good player. He's over
due to come back, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a course at University of Newcastle. So he's a possibility to come in, you know. I mean, he was going to fly back for the game yesterday, but there was no point in just bringing him back for the game. So he's keen as mustard, you know. Yeah.
What's his name?
Angelos.
Angelos? What? Stockless or something?
He's sick of the name. I can't.
Starts with an N.
Yeah. But he's a good player. He's a good player.
You have to get big shirts to put his name on.
I know. Just shorten it down.
Jason, is there any particular game where you think you'll have an idea of your first team set of players, what you'll be failing?
Well, I think like we're building up now, you know. I think we said to the players last night. At the moment, the players at the end of last night's game, they're in the shirtry, they're in the driving seat. But we've got to look at, you know, injuries. Shane Henry's away for the first couple of games, you know, on holiday. Army's away on holiday. Dan Lowson misses the first game of the season through being at a wedding. You know, so that'll dictate certain aspects of what we played. But we've looked at a few systems in pre-season. The first one was the diamond, you know. But I think the 4-3-3 last night worked a treat, you know. Whereas people sometimes look at, well, you're only playing one up top. Really, it's not one up top. It's, you know, the way we've always played. You know, we played that 6 or 7 years ago. And only one up top, you know. But it's. You can play whatever system you like. I think you've got to play a system that suits the players that we've got at the club, and the system last night suited the players that we had on the show last night, really.
Is there much of a gap, do you think, between the existing players that we've already had and the new players that you brought in? How do you think they gel together now?
What do you think?
My answer is brilliant. Last night's game was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I think you can only bring them on as well.
Bring them on. I think they help them, the other lads.
Affect the ball on.
I think if you look in if you look at the training ground and you look at our lads do from years do not look out of place. It's the decision making a little bit that's better, in my opinion. The lads who've come in from higher level, the decision making on the pitch is a little bit better, you know, and where they know the role of where they're meant to be playing. Whereas some of our lads, no disrespect, they play off the cuff, you know. A lot of the times where you've got like last night they had a good lad, that Brad Walker, playing number 4. I mean, he was worth £1 million a couple of years ago. He played down here in the friendly last year and ran the show for Hartlepool. It's about us knowing what his strengths are. When we told Sparky or whoever the nearest person was to go and sit on him when he didn't have the ball, it's about players doing the responsibilities out of possession.
And obviously the current, like the existing players don't understand the ability of the better class of players that have come in, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
They've got to up their game, haven't they? They've got to up their game now as well. They see lads coming in like that, it sort of wakes them up a little
Well,
bit.
I mean, they didn't play last season. This season, they might think, well, I'm more than capable of holding that ball up. Where last season, they might not have that ability of doing that. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I think the lads are excited by the quality of that. They get excited like you do, you know. When you bring good players into the club, it only enhances there, because you look at a lot of lads who've left the club here, they've gone on, not many have gone on to do better than when they were at here, because you're playing with better players and makes you a better player.
Yeah. Question for Tommy.
Yeah.
The club anyway, what do you think you would bring to the club when you came here? What do you think? Well, I might go there, I might go there. Would you?
Well, I went to see Brad, obviously the chairman, for 2 hours. I was in his office. And I couldn't believe how he didn't play for England. But no, the plans he's got in place for this club is fantastic, you know, and what's already here. He's an ambitious fella. He does things right. I mean, there's clubs I've been to in the past where it isn't run as half as good as this. That's not so long ago where I was. It's brilliant behind the scenes, and he, like I say, he wants to do things right, and I literally just said, yeah, definitely I want to come here. Simple as that. Well enough. No, but I know Jay. I've been here for a few games as well over the past few years. I've seen games here before and always been impressed with the way they play, how everything's run. So it was a no-brainer for me. It was perfect, you know. I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to think I can bring, obviously, the experience. I've played in all the leagues. I had a spell at the conference last year, helping out with Halifax. Which didn't end well, but we won the cup, but obviously the league didn't pan out well. But I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it.
What about yourself, man? He's hard.
I never got invited to Brad's office, so.
He did well.
Dodged the bullet there, really.
No, but I think sorry, answering the question for Tommy. Since Tommy's come in, and what he's brought is he's organised. He's on top of everything with training. Training's intense, isn't it? It's good. It's sharp. It's organised. It's with a purpose. It's all aimed towards something. The lads are buzzing off it. You know, the lads in training. I don't know if they're allowed to come down and watch. Are they allowed in? People walking the dogs are, aren't they? He's brought an organisation and an intensity and a professionalism, which is the most important thing, because I think part-time lads, they've got to be more professional than the full-time lads, because we're relying on them to look after themselves when we don't have them, you know what I mean? So when they come in and they see how professional Tommy's got it and Jay's got it organised, and the lads who are behind the scenes who set everything up, it just lifts you. Do you know what I mean? The lads are buzzing up. That's what Tommy's brought. He's brought that bit of professionalism. You know? Yeah, I mean, you can see the training, and I think it's reflecting in the games now as well. You know, there's an organisation that we're all trying to bring in, that Jay's wanting, and that's why Jay's brought Tommy in, and that's why Jay's brought the players in.
And yourself, exactly. We all add something, don't we? Yeah.
But I think that's the main thing. It's the professionalism and demands from the lads, and hopefully they can step up. If they don't, then they'll be replaced, I think. Yeah, well, I think that's it. You know, you've got targets and you've got to stick to it. You've got to be ruthless, and it's the way it is.
I believe in 2 wingers myself, like.
I could even just take a goal last night.
Playing 2 wingers
before the game speech.
Oh no, there's the wall on the boy on the boat. Down the wing in the back. And that's it.
Taking that on board.
Yeah. I'll give you the DVD.
Is there any further questions for the management team? Obviously, I'm just cautious they've got to be elsewhere.
Just one quick one. Just regarding over the last few years when we've done all the travelling that we have since we come out of the Northern League, I'd just like to say, speaking for the supporters who've come home and away, Jason, that I think you're a great ambassador for the club. When you come round in the clubhouses and shake everybody's hand, I think it's absolutely superb.
Just a bit off about the extra pints.
Just to answer, I do appreciate I've been here a long time, but that means nothing in football. I know that, you know, results are driven. We all are passionate about the club. We all get upset when results don't go well. You know, I got slaughtered here last year, you know, and
only few.
no, that's fine, you know, that's football.
We've been there longer.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's football. You know, I sometimes forget myself because I go and watch the telly and slag the managers off of the teams that I'm watching. So you pay your money, you deserve everything that you get. I want as much success. I want to put smiles on your faces, and hopefully over the years that's been done. You know, if it hasn't worked out, I'll put my hands up. But I think, you know me personally, a lot of years, you know, and I bleed black and white Spennymoor United and Spennymoor Town Football Club because I've been here a long time. But I still want the same goal as everybody else, you know. And if I feel as though I'm not that right man over time, then I will hand over the reins. Not a problem, you know, because the club is more important than me itself. You know, we've all been here a long time. We've all enjoyed the successes and the downs that the club's had over the years. So I really appreciate that because it means a lot to me. Thank you.
There's only one thing I'd like to say. All we request is when we go away, a long travel, it's not like going to Whitby or somewhere like that. We're on these long journeys. All we require is effort. If the team puts effort in, whether they win, lose or draw, as long as we say an effort on that pitch, we're not bothered.
Yeah.
We win, lose or draw, we'll still come and watch. But we just need, you know, sometimes the effort wasn't there in previous games like in the past.
Yeah, sometimes you get that though, Freddie. You know, you can't be at your top of your peak every game.
Oh, we know that.
You
We know that.
But I understand.
Ups and downs.
But sometimes
as long
when
as the effort's there.
yeah, but sometimes when you get beat, the first thing to look at is you look at they haven't put the effort in. It might be one of them games, you know. We've all had them. But we appreciate your support. We've got, in my opinion, we've got the best supporters in this level, without a shadow of a doubt. And we do appreciate and don't take it for granted when you come away because we really appreciate it. I think one thing we need to do is make sure that the lads all go over and clap you because I think that's the least that we can do. You know, so that will be happening this year because I think people just walked off the pitch and they need to make sure and acknowledge the people who've travelled a long way.
Yes. I couldn't believe when we went to Dolphin last year because we were terrible.
Yeah, we were.
But it was definitely the balance when we wanted them back over here, didn't we?
Well, I'll say that now, yeah, we did, yeah. Well, you're right, we were awful, you know. Yeah, awful.
I mean, Stourbridge last year we got beat 4-2, but to me, we were just as good if
well, we were, didn't we? We were, yeah.
Just a couple of daft mistakes on the day.
Yeah.
Like Kerr going off changed again, didn't it? Yeah, to change everything.
They bought a few lads.
Any place like Warwick, home and away, please. And we all have big time, big time.
It'll be one of your favourite. Alan will be one of your favourite teams, Warwick.
Warwick home and away. We all have it all big time.
Right guys, obviously Jason and the guys have got to go, so
I just remember this, 20 years ago we didn't have a team. We didn't have a football team because it closed down.
voice please.
20 years ago we didn't have a team, we had nothing. It closed down because of a certain person, right? And because the certain team come, we've got a football team now and I'm pleased.
No, right, sure. The town needs a football team.
Yeah. We're the town, yeah.
Right guys, if you'd just like to thank Jason, Alan and Tommy for their time.
Joe's going around with a cap if you want to put somebody in.
Not again! Not again!
Alright, thanks very much.
Sean. James Curtis. Thomas Bennett.
I don't know what to call him. I'll call him Ginger. Ginger!
Hi guys. Ginger, I know. Same forum. Obviously the guys will answer any questions that you've got to throw at them, so please ask questions, just ask away. Yes, Paul?
Can I Jamie why you signed for Spennymoor and not Darlington?
I don't know, to be honest. I think obviously I had a good time there and stuff, but it's a bit similar to what Tommy said before. I met with Brad, met with Jay, and I think you get a vibe when you speak to someone. And I went there, and to be honest, I didn't really like the vibe I was getting. I think what's in place here, the ambition, what the clubs want to achieve. For me, I think this was the best place to be, and I've loved it so far. I think I've made the right decision, and I think come the end of the season, hopefully, I'll be saying that as well.
I think the big answer to that question is that Dalton, you just numbered it, Spennymoor, you're part of a family.
Like I say, I had a good time there and stuff, but you know, I think you want new challenges, new adventures, and obviously I couldn't leave these two either like that.
He's looking after you.
He does. Not seen last night.
I see you were very diplomatic on the telly, like. You said, oh, I can't tell you. I'm sitting here chanting, Spenny.
Do any of you have an idea of how many goals you intend to score this year?
I scored mine last night. That's me done now. That's me done.
Ready to sell out in pre-season.
Don't get me wrong, like when I have Jenny shouting, that's Joe. Yeah, to go for corners, like.
Joe's on the penalties and everything, isn't he? Tierney?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to take any penalties in our day, so.
That's it, like, we share them.
I know, we should do.
I mean to say, it could be out injured like you took years.
I'll leave that to someone else at penalties, like. I don't want to be cleaning the stands, so.
Tommy, what was your reason for?
I was similar to Chans and Kurt. Could have signed for Darlow, but I just got a better vibe from here. I met the manager, chairman, obviously seen the ground. Obviously came, met the manager here. Went to see the chairman at his office in the Seymour. Met the Darlington manager. I met him in a cafe in Darlington. We didn't have a ground. They don't have a training ground, and same as Chance, so you just get a vibe. I'm from Darlington. I live 2 minutes from.
Yeah.
I lived in Darlington. I lived there. Moved back there. Grew up there, but just got a better vibe for it here. So, and I think a year or two, I think we'll be either in the same division and them or a high division. I think.
They don't have a supporters club like us either.
I think the whole setup obviously is better. The club's a lot bigger, and I know I used to go to Darlington games. I think you've got Newcastle doing well this year. You get all the fans going to see Newcastle rather than staying at Darlow, you know, because I don't think Darlow are going to have the success they've had, because there's a lot of good teams in that division they're going into. I think it'll be a different ball game for them. Personally, that's my thoughts anyway.
Well, we might be going to do it next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody else got any questions for the guys? Obviously, you've got a free forum, open forum. You ask them what you want.
I still haven't answered how many goals.
That's it, I'm alright.
Shall we set your targets for you?
You count us another goal and I'll be here.
What do you think a realistic position will be?
To finish, realistic, we've got to be in the playoffs at least, really, haven't we? But we're hoping to
win it.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we want to do, and that's in our minds. That's why we all signed here, to be successful, and with the players that signed, the players that are already here, the great bunch of lads, a really talented squad, like, and we've got strength and depth in all areas. And with looking at the squad, you've got to be aiming to win the league, and nothing less really. So that's our aim, and I know everyone else is thinking that. So that's where I want to be at the end of the day.
You think we should go to the boot? We should put our money on
Your money, yes, and maybe it's not mine yet. But I'm not condoning betting or anything, you know. But no, we've got a great chance. Right? Yeah.
No one's got a divine right, have they? You got.
It's going to be hard still, yeah.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're gelling well, my lads, you know.
Yeah.
We was the friends and believe you me, I'm really amazed the way you gone in there. You really blended well with them.
It takes time as well, doesn't it? It takes time. Obviously, a lot of
probably 3 games.
Six or 7 new players.
3 games would be spot on.
I'll tell you something, if you play badly, they'll tell you.
We won't tell them, you will.
It's a German. Me not tell them.
Well, you're chairman, aren't you?
You pay someone,
Well, that's the nature of the job, isn't it? If we don't play well, we're going to get criticised. So,
What do you will?
so is this the one we're going to allow for?
You better
These,
you better tell them your names because you'll not know them.
Just in time, so what's up?
You shouldn't say it for you and you still call them the wrong name. You shouldn't say things like that. You'll get barred out.
So you and the 2 lads are the same, are you?
I
thought I'd bring you in, like.
Shy, this one.
He'll work now, man.
Not on the pitch.
Nah, he gets it.
Any further questions, boys? Obviously, like I said, that's the reason the lads are here for, to get a feel for the supporters, and obviously supporters get a feel of them.
They get a fail on against Edmundsford.
If you've got your money on, yeah.
Tom, I think you've played professional football fairly recently, so how does the training here compare with what you were doing professionally?
Yeah, the session's really good. The intensity's good. There's not a lot of difference. There's not a lot of difference at all. I think, obviously, if you train every day, I think the fitness is a bit of a difference. But you see the boys who were at Gates last year, you know, they're really fit. I just think honestly there's not a lot of difference whatsoever. I'd say just the fitness at the end of games maybe, but the more games you play, I think that comes. So yeah, training's been really good, really enjoyable, but hard as well.
It doesn't matter who switches the machine, it'll still run.
No more? No? Right guys, well thanks so much for giving up your time today.
Cheers fellas.
See you later. See you later.